Just as all clients are not created equal, all sales opportunities aren't either. Leads may come to us from many sources, including referrals from existing clients and partners, inquiries from your website, direct messages or posts on your social media pages, response cards that were created at a trade show, responses to your email campaigns, or business cards obtained at networking events. Not all of your leads will be of the same quality. Some of them will turn into paying clients and others won't. Different methodologies use slightly different terms, but it basically boils down to this. Someone is only a client if they've purchased something from you. If not, they're a prospect. Turning prospects into clients is what the sales cycle is all about. So, how many leads do you need to generate in order to have a steady stream of new clients? The best tool to measure this is the sales funnel. The sales funnel tracks a prospect's progression through your sales cycle. Now, a good CRM tool will calculate this for you automatically, assuming you correctly enter the sales stage for each of your prospects. But for simplicity, I will attach in this module a quick spreadsheet that will do the same. Now, sales conversion is the process of turning a prospect into a client. When you hear marketing terms like campaign conversion rate, in simple English, this means the total number of people who were exposed to your message compared to those who later purchased something from you. Leads range from cold to hot, depending on how likely it is for them to turn into a sale. When your marketing person finds a potential client who matches your target profile but who has not yet been contacted, that's an icy cold lead. At this point, we have no clue as to whether that person will be interested in what you have to offer. When someone reaches out to you because they like what they saw on your website, that's a warm lead. They've initially pre-qualified themselves as being at least willing to listen, although not necessarily to buy at this time or even ever. When a good client of yours refers you to a friend who has the same needs she had before her problems were solved by your service, that is a hot lead. It makes logical sense that we prioritize our focus on the hot leads over the warm leads and the warm over the cold. Not all leads are created equal. Understanding what your sales funnel is about, it's important so you have a sense of how many prospects you need to be adding at the top in order to see the growth that you need. Too few prospects will result in too little growth. As compelling as your message may be, if you aren't presenting it to enough people, you'll never achieve the growth you seek. How many leads do you need in order to meet your objectives? You need to know these numbers. Now, in the example that you'll see in the downloadable PDF, you'll note that in order to have one client to become your advocate, you'll need 11 leads. Your numbers may differ, but you really do need to understand the math here. Now, you can play around with the spreadsheet that you can download, and I encourage you to do this, but you get the idea that you'll require many more leads than you have paying clients. If you aren't finding a way to generate those leads, then it's time to get cracking. Sometimes someone will express an interest in your service but not be ready to buy at that time. They're in their information gathering phase. When you begin to think about buying a new car, you don't just drive over to your nearest dealership and hand over a check. You begin by researching the type of car that may interest you. You read professional reviews, you check out blogs, you compare pricing, you discuss with friends and colleagues, and then you go to the dealership for a test drive. In today's market, with so much information available online, by the time you walk into the showroom, you've likely already decided what you want. You know a fair price, and you're probably comparing a handful of brands to help you make a decision. You don't want some fast-talking salesman to try and close you. Instead, you're seeking information. In fact, during this entire sales stage, you've been seeking information. Perhaps when you began your search, you registered on the websites of a couple of brands you were interested in. How they communicated with you since that time has likely left an impression that will influence your buying decision. When someone's at the awareness stage, they need to be nurtured by providing them with information, value, and a sense of what it might be like to work with you. At this stage, it's all about content, accessibility, and responsiveness. Make your website content rich. Include blogs that express your personality, point of view, and valuable insights. Be active on social media and check in personally on a periodic basis via phone, text, or email. Further down the funnel, it's all about communicating with the prospects, uncovering their needs and wants, and building relationships. Find ways to provide information and connect with them, such as free workshops and webinars, and checking in calls and emails where you ask them just how they're doing and how their search is coming along, and just listen. Open-ended questions can reveal a lot of valuable information that can help you to match their needs with your services. If there is a match to your services, then you can work it into the conversation, but they need to come to you with the request. Remember that you must be in control of the time and the setting for all sales conversations. Connect through email or text and then set an appointment so they will be in the right frame of mind to have a discussion and not feel rushed. To manage your sales funnel effectively, you need to get inside the heads of your prospects. Once you've found your market sweet spot, you'll understand the characteristics of your target clients. It can be very helpful to think of these target clients as personalities and develop a description of each target personality. For example, Sally is a VP at a bank. She's 42 years old, she makes $150,000 a year, she has a master's degree, she's divorced, and she has one child. She lives in a home just outside of the city and drives a Mercedes convertible. Sally has a weakness for designer shoes and handbags, but still likes to research less visible products and services before she buys them. She's generally healthy, but with her busy schedule, she finds it difficult to work out, and she often just grabs takeout on the way home from work on nights when her son is with her ex-husband. She's gained more weight than she would like, and her knees have begun hurting her a little bit when she runs. She'd like to make some changes in her life and maybe get back into the dating scene. Sally's very comfortable with technology and loves learning new things. She doesn't always have time for email, but quickly responds to texts on her iPhone. Now, even though this specific personality, or what we call in marketing a persona, won't represent 100% of your sweet spot prospects, by giving the segments in your sweet spot a real name and a personality, it just makes it easier for you to make decisions on how and by what channels to connect with them and pitch your service. Should you advertise on a particular website? Well, does Sally go there? Should you offer a new service? Would Sally buy it? Should you provide a detailed explanation of a particular topic in your next newsletter? Well, I don't know. Would Sally be interested in that? Now, you may have a Sally, a Jane, and a Bob as your target personas, depending on how many unique market segments you serve, but thinking about them as individuals will help you immensely. When deciding how to allocate your selling time, begin by sorting through your prospects and prioritize those who meet your sweet spot and sound like your target personas. Less likely leads will still continue to receive your newsletter, but it's the sweet spot personalities who should receive more of your attention. Now, the right CRM tool, and obviously capturing good data, will allow you to make this differentiation, and any sales campaign should be focused squarely on their needs. But like the old saying goes in technology, garbage in, garbage out. So your decision will only be as good as the information you have, and good information requires good data. When planning your CRM or sales database, think ahead to what will differentiate one type of prospect from another. Think about the types of targeted campaigns that you might want to run. Build that data in from the beginning, as it's more of a pain to reconcile later. Name, phone, and email should be the absolute minimum. There's a balance between capturing too little about a prospect when you first meet them and turning them off so they don't want to tell you anything. Name and phone number without email would be too little. Religion, blood type, and political affiliation would be too much and will likely turn them off. But if there's particular interests that you want to use for a segmentation, then by all means capture these. People might even be willing to self-select into interest groups. Just think it through up front, or systematically implement a process to fill in the blanks for your current clients in order to better target your message. Now, are you ready to apply these successful sales principles to your services business? Great. Here's your homework. First, write a personality or marketing persona for one of your target market segments. If you've completed your sweet spot analysis, then use that for guidance. Otherwise, think about the type of client who values your services, is one of your top sources of revenue, refers you to others, and is a joy to work with. What type of client would you like to clone? With that in mind, include the following areas in your marketing persona. First, demographics. Is this client male or female? How old? Or it could be an age range. What's their job? What's their income level? What's their marital or family status? Second, geography. Does this client live downtown, in the suburbs, or in the country? Are they in a house or an apartment? Are they in the US or another country? Psychographics, fancy marketing terms for what makes the person tick. So, what are their hobbies? How technology savvy are they? What do they like? What do they care about? Do they care what other people think? Are they healthy and fit or overweight? Are they disciplined or a bit of a free spirit? Are their lives crazy or are they more under control? Are they a natural leader or comfortable being part of a group? Are they an extrovert or an introvert? And then what problems do they really need to solve? So what concerns does your target persona have? Now, these may be more than only the issues that you can solve. So examples might be think about some of the issues that we were describing earlier, and what are the root cause problems that person needs to solve. So losing weight could be an example of a problem. Feeling better about themselves. What will you name your personality profile or your target persona? And be creative. So an example might be Swanky Sally, Melissa Mommy, or Ralph Retired. And when you think about how you might target different sales campaigns, what data will you need to capture on your prospects? So examples would be their name, address, phone number, email, lead source, topic preference. Now remember to balance your need for data with the prospect's willingness to share. The reality is the more you ask for, the fewer prospects who are going to give you anything. So come up with the right balance of that core information, and remember that as you develop a relationship with your prospects, with your marketing personas, that you can start to add to their profile over time. Now, what about when your prospect becomes a client? What additional data would you like to capture that'll be specific to helping segment future sales campaigns for upsell and cross-sell of additional services? That's your homework for this module, and I'll see you in the next one.